Alright, how's everyone doing? JJ Wilson here, and with this video I'll be discussing the events that took place in the manga series GANGSTA Chapter 53 as requested by a few users of mine on the video that I made about the situation that went down on my channel. So briefly explain again before I get to the review itself. Pretty much what happened was I got a little copyright strike because I did a Roni Kitchen video regarding Hokkaido arc not too long ago. So how you say this company again? Shueisha. Yeah, the company Shueisha did that. They used YouTube to hit a strike on my channel, and that's probably gonna go away sometime in February. So I'm gonna have to do these reviews a little different now because I'm hearing that on another live stream not too long ago that they're actually getting rid of manga. Not that I was doing page by page, but I would take certain images and edit them and then post them so that everybody could see what was going on in that particular chapter, especially with this manga. That's what I did for the anime reviews that I did. So I'm hearing that YouTube is taking those things down now, and that's not good if they're getting rid of all manga through their website. So I think for everybody that's doing these reviews and stuff, you got to be a lot more careful now. Like, really. I might play music on here, but I have to be careful with that too. I do change the pitch and the tempo on the sound, so that way it's not exact copy of the song, but that may not matter either way. So I'm just going to use random images from now on with these reviews, so you're not going to actually see the chapter itself. And if requested, I'll find a website to so that you guys can see the whole chapter page by page. Okay, with that out the way, let's go ahead and let's check out what the chapter was about here. So basically the beginning of the chapter is just a conversation, phone call conversation with Galahad, who works at the Club Bastard for the Cristiano family, and he's speaking with Loretta, his boss. And so she's telling him about what happened to Miles Mayer, the right-hand man of Daniel Morode. He's confirming that he is dead, and she's also talking about that Warwick is under suspicion of murder, and that she also found out by way of the police, that the Augustin police, that Nicholas Brown is apprehended by the Parkley Guild. Yeah, one last question Loretta asked Galahad is, did you ever find Connie and Marco? And Galahad is standing right over the bodies of Connie and Marco, and they're actually getting cremated. They're getting burned to a crisp. And he is forced to lie to Loretta and say, no, I never seen them. And Loretta said, well, I never got a chance to see them either. And finally, with that, the end of that conversation, Galahad's basically saying, is that so? And if you look at the picture there, he's standing over their bodies, and you see that message again that's partially blocked by the smoke. That special message we keep seeing throughout these chapters. Oh, actually on the page it even tells you. I'll take that back, guys. It says, even if the price for sin is death. So that's the message. Well, what do you know? And so basically the rest of the chapter just takes place in the Parkley Guild. Gina is expressing her disappointment with the Ninth Squad Division's handling of the apprehension of Nicholas Brown. And so next page, Gina Parkley is asking, where exactly is Nicholas Brown and Dr. Theo and the girl, and also Alex, because they managed to capture Alex too. The guild did. And so they're in the sick bay area of their complex, and Nicholas Brown is undressed, and he's getting tended to by Dr. Theo. And so the person, one of the members of the Ninth Division, who's looking over Dr. Theo inside the cell, that's Nims, that's the trainee. and the boy next to her, that's Chico, and the girl that was with them, Joanna, she actually is still asleep because the last chapter when Nicholas was fighting him, he managed to catch the Celeber from Dr. Theo, and he used both of those drugs to kind of stun Nims and Joanna. But Joanna, she doesn't have a high tolerance for those drugs, so she's still in sleep. She's still knocked out. Whereas Nims, she's completely unaffected because she's a higher rank Twilight. Her rank is A0, and she was stating to Dr. Theo that yeah, I'm second in command in this division behind Lugong because we're both A rank Twilights. Whereas Joanna and Chico, they're B rank Twilights. And Dr. Theo, he sits next to Nicholas, and he's kind of stressed over the fact that his place is all jacked up now, talking about his clinic. And then Nicholas kind of joked with him like, well, yeah, man, I got kind of scared at that situation with those guys and almost pissed my pants. And they started laughing together about that. And so basically Nims is just asking Dr. Theo a couple of questions. She's telling us to protect you guys, so I wonder why that is. And then Dr. Theo has to tell Nims that, well, basically I'm working under Gina. We're making a deal as far as creating a new type of drug. And that he actually has a test subject already in place, and it turns out, and if you can tell by the next picture with Nina kind of sitting there, and then Dr. Theo makes the quote saying like such research has an expiration date as far as experimenting on the test subject. And so you kind of put the two together and like, oh snap, I think he's talking about Nina here. I had no idea that Nina, like there was something going on with Nina, as far as her health is concerned. So I think Dr. Theo is kind of using her as a guinea pig a little bit here. Not that he wants to or he actually doesn't care about her, because I'm sure he does. It's just that I guess she's kind of like a sacrificial lamb, I guess, to help try to find a cure for the Twilights, I guess. But man, that was kind of alarming to see. And then he explains his relationship with the handyman, talking about Nicholas Brown and Ward. He's known them ever since they were kids together. And I owe those guys a lot, which is why I do the things that I do for them, is what Theo's telling Nims. And so the second question is near the end of the chapter. Nims is asking, okay, because we're such high-ranked Twilights here, we had a really hard time against this guy because I heard that Nicholas Brown is supposed to be a faker. We first heard that term with Galahad. He's supposed to be a fake, meaning that he's not really as highly ranked as he should be, because he keeps doping himself up with Celeber, and he's fighting us. He's fighting all these Twilights, and he's gaining the upper hand, or he's fighting on equal level with these A-ranked Twilights or S-ranked Twilights even. And so it turns out Nicholas Brown, he's sitting next to Alex now, who's still asleep, until she starts to wake up. And then before that, he notices that his injuries are starting to heal a whole lot faster than they should be. It's like, man, this is a lot different than what I felt that first night with that time he fought Erica, and then later he got shot up by Daniel Moreau for Celeber. And then he was alluding to the seizure he had while he was recovering from his injuries, that first fight, like I mentioned. And he was saying, damn, I'm not trembling anymore, I'm not feeling any more pain. Is it because of that drug that he gave me? That new drug Dr. Theo was working on? And so like by the very end of the chapter, you get this real sneaky smile from Dr. Theo. And it's like, oh shit, it must have worked. That new drug he was working on, if it must have finally took an effect on Nicholas. So that's a good sign. So perhaps Nicholas is officially not a faker anymore just because of this new drug. And yeah, and in between that, we got the scene with Alex. She's getting up out of bed and she's apologizing to Nick about, she couldn't find Warwick, and And Warwick was, she wrote that, Warwick wrote that message to Alex saying she needed to leave and all that stuff. And she felt so bad that she couldn't really do anything about it. She didn't know what was going on. And Nick just kind of, you know, gave her a chuckle and everything. Like, you should have got out of here when you had the chance, girl. You slowpoke. But yeah, that's the end of that chapter, man. This for those that are new to this manga, it's a pretty alarming chapter with what's going on. It seems like a lot of stuff is happening so quick now. Yeah, I didn't know Nina was a test subject, man. That kind of floored me a little bit. You know, the way Dr. Theo was speaking about the deal that he was having with Parkley, that was kind of alarming to me, man. Wow. And I would hate to see Nina die in this manga, that's for sure. But yeah, I'm not too worried about Nick now because he's gonna recover pretty fast thanks to the new drug that Dr. Theo gave him. So I'm not gonna be too worried about Nick Brown from here on out here, unless, you know, he's fighting somebody he has no business fighting. Anyway, that is the review. I do have chapter 54, so I'm gonna look into that and take my time trying to analyze that too. Leave any comments in the comment section about the chapter and everything, and I will take my leave. You guys take care.